I will read shloka number 15 and 16. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkale mashashvatam na apnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. Mam upetya, after attaining me, punarjanma, rebirth. Na apnuvanti. You do not get punarjanma if you attain me. Samsiddhim paramam gataha. But if you don't attain me, what is the situation? We enter into dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Dukkhalayam. This body is nothing but a temple of diseases. Dukkhalayam. Like Vidyalayam, Devalayam, Dukkhalayam. The repository of all the diseases is our body. He is talking like this to make us vairagyam, to get vairagyam, dispassion, that we should not go after the worldly objects for pleasure, because you yourself is a pleasure. Our swarupa is happiness, Satchit Anandam. Now he says, if somebody says, I will go to Swargaloka or Brahmaloka, that is a jolly good time. So why should I spend my time here? Instead, I can go. Because, if you do dharmic karmas, punya karmas and all that, you get Swargaloka as well as Brahmaloka and all that, karma mukti. But there also, Lord Krishna says, that is on the 16th sloka, Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha, up to the Brahmaloka, Punaravartino Arjuna. Arjuna means, Arjuna, he is calling Arjuna, it is again you come back, Punaravartihi. You don't get liberation even at Brahmaloka. Mam upechyatu kaunteya, if you attain me, Punarjanma na vidyate. No rebirths for you. So the decision is on with us, whether to get jnanam and be liberated, or whether you want to continue in the samsara cycle. Here, Lord Krishna is not talking about people who want to continue in samsara. For them, there's no need to come for Gita study or Gita classes or scriptural study. They can continue, there's no problem. But only thing is how long. So in the next 3 shlokas, he gives a dimension of the Brahmaloka and also our life cycle, Jiva cycle. So now I'll read shloka number 17. Sahasra yuga paryantam aharyat brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha. Sahasra yuga paryantam ahaha, daytime, yat brahmano viduhu, the one who knows Brahma. Again ratrim, again in the night also, yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha. Like we have day and night. We have 24 hours in a day, and we can sleep 50-50. Daytime is 12 hours, nighttime is 12 hours, or we can work little more and then sleep for 8 hours. This is a cycle. But the sleep is not because you wanted to sleep. No. The sleep is coming because of the compassionate nature. Nature says you have done enough during the daytime and I want to give you rest. So the sleep is actually because of the nature, compassionate nature. So you like it or not, you will sleep. Because it is not under your control. You are a helpless situation. 24 hours working is not possible because nature will not allow you to work 24 hours. Now, in the case of Brahma, like we have a day, we have a week, we have a month, we have a 6 months, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, then we have the year, and our lifespan is, they say 120 years. But that 120 years has come because of, we have Navagrahas, 9 planets, and each planet has got a duration. Like Saturn, 19 years, Shukra, 20 years, Sun God, 10 years, Mars, 7 years. So if you add up all these number of years, it comes to 120. If somebody lives for 120 years, he is called a Purna Purusha. Very rare. Of course, Chinese people, their longevity is much more, mortality. That they attribute because of they are eating a lot of mushrooms. Because mushrooms have, we do not eat mushroom as much because we think it is not a vegetarian. But mushroom has the capacity to give extra oxygen to the system. That's why Chinese people are living for 120, 150 common there. But our life cycle here is maybe, if you have a regular life, disciplined life, maybe 90 years, 100 years. And very rarely you see people above 100. But now, in the case of Brahma, this is more a general information than anything about the Gita. We have 4 yugas. Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga, or Krita Yuga. So Krita Yuga, Treta, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. The duration of Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Kali Yuga has a duration of 4,32,000 years. Dwapara Yuga has double of that. That is Kali Yuga multiplied by 2. Treta Yuga is 3 times Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga multiplied by 3 is Treta Yuga. And Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga is 4 times Kali Yuga. 4,32,000 multiplied by 4. So if you add up all these four yugas, Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, it comes to 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 10 times Kali Yuga. So one Chatur Yuga. Chatur Yuga means the duration of all the 4 yugas is called Chatur Yuga. And Brahma's daytime is 1,000 times Chatur Yuga. Brahma's daytime is 1,000 times Chatur Yuga. And Chatur Yuga is 43,20,000. 43,20,000 multiplied by 1,000. Our calculators may not be enough to calculate all this. So 1,000 Chatur Yugas makes 1 day of Brahman. Again, Brahma's night is also 1,000 Chatur Yugas. So you can see now, the Chaturyugas, how many? 2000 Chaturyugas is one Brahma's day and night duration. So 43 lakhs 20,000 multiplied by 2000, because 1000 plus 1000 is the duration of that number of years of Brahman. In the shloka he says, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Sahasra means 1000, Yuga, that is Chaturyuga, Paryantam. Ahaha. Ahaha means daytime. Brahmano Viduhu. The Jnanis knows that Brahma's duration is 1000 Chaturyugas of the daytime and 1000 Chaturyugas of the night time. Ratrim Yuga Sahasramtam Teho Ratra Vido Janaha. When we are doing our Sankalpa, for any pujas or our monthly Tarpanam and all that, Mamopata Samasta Duridakshak Dwara Sri Parameshwara Prithaptam Shweta Varaha Kalpe. One Kalpa is 1 day of Brahman. 1 day of Brahman means 1000 Chaturyugas. That Brahma lives 100 years. So now we are on the 51st year of Brahma. 51st year and first day of Brahma. Shweta Varaha Kalpe. The name of this Kalpa is called Shweta Varaha. So there are 100 Kalpas are there. So each Kalpa has been named. So we are now Shweta Varaha Kalpe means 51st year of Brahma's lifespan. So 50 years has gone. We are on the 51st year. Shweta Varaha Kalpe, and each Kalpa is manned by 14 Manus. Each Kalpa has been ruled by 14 Manus. Manus means they are like our government. They bring rules and regulations to follow. And this present Manu is called Vaivaswata Manvantare. In Sankalpam, we are all says, Shweta Varaha Kalpe, Vaivaswata Manvantare. This is a Vaivaswata Manvantara. And even in Vaivaswata Manvantara, we have already gone 28 years on that. Ashtabhigam Shadishchame. In our Sankalpa, that also comes in. And what is this Yuga now? Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. Prathame Pade. The first few years of Kali Yuga. Then we say Jambudvaya, Bharatavarshe, Bharadakante, Medoho, Dakshne Parshve, Shatabde, Asmin, Vartamane. Again, we have got 60 years going round and round. Then Krishna Pakshe, whatever is the Tithi, whatever is the day. And then we say Nakshatra, what is the Nakshatra. So now you can see the significance of the Tarpana. We are calling all the, right from Brahmas onwards, we are invoking in our Sankalpa. We seek the blessings of all these people for whatever action we are doing to get the benefit out of that. Now you will understand, the significance of this Sankalpa. And then we say what we want. Putra, Pautra, Dana, house, everything we seek for. Health. Now, why should we know all these things? If Brahma has got such a long duration, that means if you do not get jnanam in this birth, human birth. Only in human birth and in Brahmaloka, under the tutelage of Brahma, we can get jnanam. But in all other lokas, you have to come down because they are based on punyam and pabam. If you have got enough punyam, you can become a devata, you can become a deva, and you can go to higher lokas. And if you have done lot of adharmic activities, you will go down into the lower lokas. They are all supposed to be sorrowful area, like Narakaloka and all that. Ultimately, the last loka is Patala Loka. So once you are in Patala Loka, there will be a lot of, they say, scaring you, with the snakes and this and that. So that means if you want to continue in this life cycle, it is called Dukkalayam. Dukkalayam means abode of diseases. So the option is whether you want to continue in the abode of samsara or whether you want to get released from this samsara. You will say, okay, after 100 years I will die. But after 100 years you will die. But you get rebirth, punarjanma. When will you get released from the punarjanma? Only by jnanam. That means Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. Bhagavad Gita and all our scriptures are only talking about this particular knowledge. Whereas we are after material, worldly knowledge. So worldly knowledge will go on giving you this cycle after cycle. That is, we got this body mainly because of our Papa Punyam. And once you got the body, again you do action and again create Papa Punyam. So this cycle, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. So this cycle will go on continuing. Okay, you may say, I don't want this cycle. I want to get out of this cycle. It is not your choice. Because Bhagavan says, as long as you have got punyam and pavam in your deposit, so that will fructify and you will get one life after the other. See, now we got a janma based on our past karmas. Past karma, punya palam, punya pava palam. If I exhaust this life, again, from the deposit of, that is called vasana, we have a, vasana has been, the storage of papa punyam has been done for the number of births we had in this world. Maybe purva janmas, maybe all may not be human janmas, maybe plant life, animal life, insect life. So you don't know what is what was your previous birth. Bhagavan has hidden that. That's what he says Bhagavan says in the chapter 4. He tells Arjuna, I know everything, but you don't know anything. You only know about the present. Even the last week, what we ate for the breakfast, we don't remember. Whereas Krishna says, I remember everything. All janmas, I remember. So if you want to get out of this, so the mind-boggling number of years of Brahma has been given only to get vairagya, dispassion. We should severely strive to get out of this cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, option is ours. He is not compelling us to do that. No. But like ourselves, we see now, what happens. You are born, you become an adult, adult, get married and all that, have our children, old age seeps in. And before old age seeps in, all the parts of the body start showing that I am there. Like, we have liver problem, heart problem, kidney problem, stomach problem, head problem, nervous problem, hormone problem. So that means Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Dukkaihi. So this is the benefit of the human birth. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Dukkaihi. When do you want to get vimukta? Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi Vimukto Arjuna. That means you should get out of this Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkha cycle. For that only this Janma has been given. And in no other lokas, other than this human birth, you cannot get this jnana. Even if devas want to come here, they have to take birth in this human birth, and then only they can get liberation. Or they have to practice upasana and go to Brahmaloka, Karma Mukti, slowly reach Brahmaloka, study with Brahma, and then only you can get liberation. So let us not waste this particular Janma. Now we have, as I told you, when you sleep in the night, daytime we are awake, nighttime we are sleeping. The sleep is called layam. In the scripture language, it is called nitya pralayam. Nitya pralayam means daily pralayam. After 10 to 18 hours of work, the pralayam comes. At that time you sleep. You are not aware of the world at all. And again you get up in the morning, you are not getting a new body. Body, same tendencies, same vasanas are within you. Suppose there are 4 persons. One is an advocate, one is a judge, one is a criminal, and one is a doctor. When they all have a deep sleep, they do not know their profession at all. So because everything is dormant. It is not visible, dormant, not active, not manifested. But the moment they get up, the criminal knows, my background is criminal activities. Doctor says, I am a medical doctor. I have to attend to my patients. The judge says, I have to go to the court, give justice. And the common man says, I have to do my allotted duties. Now you can see, So that means we are not getting a new birth by waking up. The same old tendencies and vasanas, what we have to exhaust, that is there in our system. So this is called Nitya Pralayam. In the case of Brahmaji also has, after Sahasra, 1000 Chatur Yugas, his daytime is over, then he will go for the night. Again, duration of 1000 Chatur Yugas. And that is called Naimittika Pralayam. Naimittika Pralayam or Kalpa Pralayam at the end of the day. Naimittika Pralayam or Kalpa Pralayam. The first one is Nitya Pralayam. Now, third is when Brahma completes 100 years. As I told you, the duration of Brahma is 100 years. I mean 2000 Chaturyugas per day, 365 days multiplied by 100 is the number of years. If somebody has calculated 3 crore years, 3 crore years is the duration of Brahma. At that time, when he sleeps, because he is getting a new, the present Brahma is retiring, a new Brahma will be appointed, and that is called Mahapralayam or Prakrita Pralayam. Mahapralayam or Prakrita Pralayam. And once I get Jnanam, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect. So in that case, what will happen is, when I get liberation, and that is called Atyantika Pralayam. Atyantika Pralayam is ultimate Pralayam. I mean, from that Atyantika Pralayam, there is no more rebirth for you, because you are a liberated person. So we have Nitya Pralayam, Naimitika Pralayam, Prakrita Pralayam or Maha Pralayam and Atyandika Pralayam. But we are now discussing only regarding Brahma's night. That is Naimittika Pralayam we are talking about. So this is the summary of the sloka number 17. But in sloka number 18, he gives what happens during the day and night time of Brahmahi. So that I read out the sloka. Avyaktat vyaktayak sarvaha prabhavanti agaragame ratriyagame priliyante tatra vyakta samchake. Avyaktat vyaktayak sarvaha prabhavanti agaragame ratriyagame priliyante tatra vyakta samchake. What happens to Brahma during the daytime and during the night time? So in our case, what happens? Sharira. We are awake during daytime and in sleep. In the night, when I sleep, what happens? All my activities and everything is going back to a dormant stage. That means it is all resolved within myself. Resolution, you can call it. Or evolution. Involution and evolution. Involution means I am taking everything back within me. Same thing happens to Brahmaji. After 1,000 Chaturyugas, when the day is over, before the night comes, Brahma's night comes, what happens is Ratriyagame Pradiyante. Pradiyante means it is getting inside himself. That means everything gets dormant within Brahman. Not available for any outside this thing. It's like, Surya, sunset. When the sun happens during the night, the sun is not there. But sun is there actually, because it is in other side of the hemisphere. So sunset is all the time there. Similarly here, all our vasanas, memories, activities, everything is not manifested, but it goes to unmanifest condition. Unmanifest condition means not available for our knowledge. We have now 3 bodies: Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, and Karana Sharira, called causal body. Stula, Sukshma, Karana Sharira, 3 Shariras. All the tendencies, our likes and dislikes and all that, in all these janmas has been stored as vasana tendencies in seed form in Karana Sharira. So Karana Sharira is made up of not from yesterday's activities or what activities I am going to do now. That means I generate punyam and pavam when I do any activity, and that invisible result, adrishta balam, is stored as vasana. What is the purpose of storing it as a vasana in the causal body, in the seed form? To make it very clearly, to clarify, suppose I have the vasana of ice cream. I was fond of ice cream, not in this birth, in one of the earlier births. So that vasana has been stored in the causal body. Today, I do not know what all vasanas I have in my subtle body, in the causal body. But when one ice cream vendor comes on the road, that vasana which is already stored in me gets a clue and says, yes, yes, I have a vasana of ice cream. Now, if somebody is going to selling ice cream, so the first thing it happens is a desire comes in. In the causal body, I do not know what all I have in my causal body as vasanas. But the moment the environment comes up, an ice cream vendor comes, that ice cream vasana takes a shape of a desire, and in the mind it becomes a thought. This also only I know. What is in my mind, only I know. None of you can know my mind. And that is why it is called subtle body. Now that ice cream, from the vasana, it has come as desire, it has come as thought in the mind. Now the gross body comes into action, it goes to the vendor, pays the money, gets the ice cream, and he eats it, and everybody sees. That is called a stula, gross body. So this is the type of activities being done in our day-to-day life. Same thing happens in the macro level and Brahma level. That is called Stula Prapancha, Sushma Prapancha, and Karana Prapancha. Please note, the vasanas are not from today's activities. It is there. It is already there. See, somebody has criminal vasanas, somebody has got dharmic vasanas, somebody has got a good behavior, he does not get anger, he is not interested in any worldly affairs. So all these vasanas are all inside us. But if the suitable environmental conditions come, it takes shape. It says, yes, yes, I should have this, I should have that. So what is there in the causal body, Karana Sharira, is called unmanifested form. Avyakta. Avyakta means unmanifested. Even I do not know what is there in my causal body. It's a very significant contribution. But when it comes to the desire and thought level, it becomes little subtler. Then I know, but not others. Others do not know. I know. I have this particular vasana in me. I have the desire to get the ice cream, and the thought comes, and thought goes into action through the physical body. So, manifested condition is there in the Stula Sharira, gross body. That is what the daytime. And when you go to sleep, the reverse is taking place. That means from manifested to unmanifested state via our Sushma Sharira. This is what is called as Avyakta. Avyaktat Vyaktayaha Sarvaha. So all our activities are coming from what has been stored as Avyakta in our Karma Sharira. Then he says, Sarvaha Prabhavanti, it arises. Aharagame. Ahaka means daytime. When the daytime comes, whatever has been manifested, unmanifested in my vasana comes up. Exactly what happens to us also when we wake up. So when you wake up, the vasana of drinking coffee comes straight away, morning coffee. It was there already. It's not nothing new. You have not created any coffee vasana when you get up. Ratriyagame praliyante. So when the night comes, all of them gets unmanifested. Abhyakta. रात्र्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्र एव अव्यक्तसञ्चके, and that is called avyakta, unmanifested. In chapter 2 in Bhagavad Gita, we have read one shloka, that is shloka number 28, chapter 2. अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना. This cycle of avyakta and vyakta, unmanifested and manifested cycle, avyaktaadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. So why should you grieve for the person who was undergoing this cycle? He is in avyakta form. When the day comes, he becomes vyakta. When the night comes, he again becomes avyakta. So that means, so looking at this world, we should not get grieved, because the design of this world is like that only, like us, like our sleep. And sleep is also not due to our effort. It is compassion of the nature. So, what he has talked in chapter 2, he is amplifying here. Avyakta vyakta sarvaha prabhavanti agaragame ratriagame praliyante tatra eva avyakta sanchake. Now, one or two of the doubts has been already cleared now, because somebody thinks that when I sleep, all my worries will go away. I don't have to worry about anything. Suppose I have borrowed a big loan, and now I am sleeping, so I don't have to give back the money. Somebody will write off the loan, like what the government does. But Krishna says it can never happen, because he says in the 19th sloka, Bhuta gramasa evayam bhutva praliyate ratriagame vashapartha paravavatyagaragame. Bhuta gramaha sa eva ayam bhutva praliyate. So when I get up in the morning, all the jivarashis, all the living beings, sa eva ayam, that is whatever you had before you went into unmanifested form, same thing, bhutva praliyate. Praliyate means it gets manifested. So here, Lord Krishna says, you are absolutely helpless. He says, Ratriya game avashaha partha. Avashaha means helplessly. You cannot think, that, okay, my loan will be written off. There are many people now in India, especially now, they got so many schemes now, Manrega and all that. So they go and take a loan. They already planned that I will not give the loan back. But that is possible in the world, our world, but not possible in Bhagavan's case. Bhagavan says, whatever was your situation, that's in the same situation you will helplessly come back. Ratriagame avashaha partha prabhavanti agaragame. When the day comes, you come with the same thing. That means no write-off is possible regarding our papa punyam. Because people think, that if Brahmaji is sleeping, he is a Naimittika pralayam. That means Brahmaji will condone everything. He has a large power to write off all the papa punyas of everybody. No, he says Brahmaji is also helpless. Suppose he writes off, then Brahmaji will have a problem. When he wants to create a new Janma, see now our Janma has come because of our Papa Punyam. Papa Punyam came because we had a body to exhaust the karma work, Papa Punyam. So this cycle of, getting the body, getting into work, getting Punyam and Pavam, and again we get another body based on that Punyam and Pavam, and this is called Bhavasagara, cycle of birth and death. Nobody can escape. That's what he says here in this sloka. That means, Sa eva ayam. That is the same, whatever you have gone before unmanifesting takes place, same manifested activities will again come back. How? Bhutva. Every time. Repeatedly means Bhutva means he is talking about the importance of that. Pradiyate. It comes out. So nobody can say that by sleeping, I will get all my problems and all that will be written off. No. Even Bhagavan cannot help because Bhagavan will have a confusion. Suppose there is during pralayam, all your papas and punyas are written off. Then Bhagavan will have a problem how to create this human being again when he gets up. Now he has got a base. Based on punyam and pavam, I give you the next birth. So he has no yardstick to give you a punyam and pavam. So somebody who has been actively pursuing the jnana yoga, he will be a sorrow person because I did put so much of effort, but now Bhagavan says, during my pralayam everything goes off. That means he will be annoyed. Whereas there is a person who has not done anything. He says, yeah, let the pralayam come. At that time, I'll get a new birth and I get a new body. No, it is not possible. Bhagavan says, it is not there in my under my command. So whatever is your prarabdha karma allotted to you, that you have to enjoy, that you have to, whatever is benefit or non-benefit, you have to enjoy. So he says, Bhutagramasa evayam bhutva pradiyate ratri agame avashaha partha prabhavantyagharagame. Again, what is creation? There is no creation. The common question is somebody can ask, what is creation? How was the first man created? They will go and ask Bhagavan, when is he? Because now you say the cycle. Cycle means when you have punyam and pavam, you get this body. When you got this body, you do new karmas and you get punya pavam. But how did Bhagavan created the first person? Because that first person when he was created, he does not have any previous account of punyam and pavam. So Bhagavan says, there is no creation at all. The question is now, if you ask about a seed and tree, if you have a grown fruitful tree, from the fruit the seed comes. And the seed you grow, put it in the earth, again the tree comes up. So you tell me whether the seed came first or the tree came first. If the tree came first, the seed comes later. If the seed is not there, tree is not there. Same thing, like Koji Muttai and Koji and Muttai. Which came first? If there's no answer, because that is why it's called a cyclic chakram. There's no end. It will go on rotating. So what is the thing possible? When you are already in a cycle, there should be a centrifugal force to push you out of that cycle. And that is called jnanam. So you have to develop jnanam then you will be pushed out of that cycle. We have seen, so many merry-go-round, big giant wheels are there. So once you sit inside, it has a motor. The motor will be started. It starts running, going round and round and round, and then he stops it after some time. But assuming that the motor breaks down, and there's no method of stopping it, that becomes a merry-go-round, becomes a misery-go-round, or sorry-go-round. We are now in that situation, all of us now. We are all in the merry-go-round situation, and we are going on circling, round and round and round. So that means if I have to get liberation from that merry-go-round cycle or sorry-go-round circle, I should develop jnana. And that is the reason why jnana is very important. Study of scriptures is very important because we do not want, it's up to us whether to continue in this Bhavasagara or get out of this Sagara. Again, the karma theory, they always say theory, karma theory. Nothing is in my hand. We always say, talayila eluthu, prarabdha. God has written on my forehead that you will have this. They are the laziest people because they do not want to try at all. This is the part of the karma theory. That number of propositions are there, but I will give you 3 of them. One is responsibility. Responsibility. How did you get this body? Because of punyam and papam. Because you did activity. Is it not under our control? Yes. So if I see yesterday's action gave me this body today, and whatever action I do today will give me a body tomorrow. So if tomorrow's body should be a healthy body, a pleasing body, then it depends on my activities of today. Because I got this body based on my yesterday's situation. Today, I do good activities, good karma, sattvic karma. I do not hurt anybody. I tell the truth. If I do that, so tomorrow you will have a birth, a day, which is a very pleasant nature. So that means, and that responsibility is in you. How to lead the life, it is in you. Nowadays, what happens is, nobody wants to take responsibility. Especially in government departments, if you go. In private companies, they're paying high salaries, huge salaries, only for you to take a decision. Not, send the papers up and up and up. That is possible only in government. Because if I take a wrong decision and something happens, then I am penalized. So people say, I don't want to take a responsibility. But here, Lord Krishna says, you take responsibility. If you take responsibility, your future will be bright. Because don't allow others to dictate your responsibility. Take up the responsibility. See, what happens is, when there is a tough job, and I know the method, but I am scared of taking a decision, then I go to some third party, like a consultant. We go to consultant. Why? Because consultants, they have no responsibility. They want to give you an advice. And for that, they take money from you also. And you follow that advice. If it is successful, okay. If it is not successful, you blame on that consultant. This normally happens in our district. So we are scared of taking responsibility. The second is accept. Whatever is has to take place, you accept. Whatever decisions you are taking, please stick to it. Somebody has presented a very costly watch to you. You have what is an emotional attachment. because it has been given by a very, very dear friend of yours. Could be a wife also, or could be father, or could be a son. Okay. And you have been looking after that gift very, very carefully. And one day, we are now in Nana Nani. One day, the housekeeping staff came and they dropped the watch, got spoiled. What will be my reaction? First reaction, I get angry. I blame that housekeeping staff. What is this nonsense? And all that, you get angry. And you don't know what you talk also at that time. Same thing happens when you drop the watch. When you are doing some work, you drop the watch. What will you get? You are looking at the mirror. You will get angry with the mirror. No, you only get sorrows. I've been protecting this watch for a long time. Somehow it fell down. So I feel sorry. I'll be very sorrowful for the loss of that watch. But I will never get angry. That is what is called acceptance, responsibility taking. Then the life will be very smooth. Because is one way of preventing your anger. Anger comes because somebody is obstructing. You have a desire to achieve something, and if somebody comes in between, then you get angry on that person because he is not allowing you to get that particular object. So that is second. Third is, we never put efforts, prayatna. Self-effort is absolutely not there in our case. Whether it is, I'm not talking about any successful people, if you look at it, they will be putting day and out concentrated self-effort because they want to achieve something. Intelligent approach, clever approach, reasoning out all the pros and cons. So that self-effort is very important. That's what Bhagavad Gita says in the first 6 chapters. That self-effort is very, very important. Shanaihi, Uparimet. He says you have to slowly build up your the efforts, and ultimately you will get the result. If you do these 3 things, there are many other things, but these 3 things, self-effort, acceptance, and responsibility, any prayachitta karma affecting us, that is the destiny affecting us, the destiny can be averted, can be thwarted. No destiny can come near to you. Because today I realize that I am depending upon yesterday's result. But today I have decided to act positively and not negatively. Then I am 100% sure my tomorrow will be a pleasant one. So these 3, 4 things are very, very important. So he says, avyaktam and vyaktam. Avyaktam is unmanifested. Vyaktam is manifested. If you want to get out of this cycle of manifestation and unmanifestation, the only method is knowledge, jnana, scriptural knowledge, that I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect. All these pleasures are ephemeral. It comes and goes. And I am looking for Satchit Anandam, permanent Anandam. And that is I am. Then I will not blame anybody, even if because I will have love with everybody. I blame myself because I got this body based on my activities, previous activities. So how can I blame somebody else? Nowadays, the easiest thing people do is, if the going is not good, then we will say, suppose you got a headache, you will immediately say, my Shovagraham is, one of the planet is not in the proper position. So go to the temple, worship Shanishwara Bhagavan or Mars Bhagavan, whatever it is, so that to avoid. Actually, it is all, we have acquired all these habits. We have acquired all these qualities. So there is no need to go to Bhagavan and ask him. Bhagavan is not in the picture at all. You earn your body based on your punyam and pabam. So if you want to get your punyam and pabam, accordingly, we can shape our future. So my future is in my hands, not in somebody else's hand. So these three shlokas in this particular instance was that first he says that Brahma has got a long duration of life, but even there you have to come back because you cannot avoid punarjanma. And then again, whatever activities we are doing, it goes unmanifested during night time, sleeping time, even in the case of Brahma. And when you get up, you are not a new man. You come with the same situation, same characters, same situation. So that means there is no escape from that particular state. The only escape route is, as I told you, have the jnanam centrifugal force and get out of this life circle, chakra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Next class onwards it will be a Thursday only. Only this class was on Friday because we had one of our members got his grandson's marriage. But from next week onwards it will be Thursday. Anyway, I'll send you the information before. Thank you very much.